bit into the background of what exactly the coronavirus is, why we need to be careful about it. So originally when we think about the word coronavirus, I know there's a lot of fear, a lot of panic associated with it. We are all facing self-quarantine, and that doesn't allow us to think clearly about what exactly it is and how we should actually go about building our immunity against it and protecting ourselves. So I want to go a little bit into this and discuss the basics of what the coronavirus is. Okay. So coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that create a wide range of illnesses. This is the definition presented by the World Health Organization in regards to the coronavirus. And let's just think about what that means. One of the things that this definition does tell us is coronavirus is not one of its kind. It's from a large family of viruses. These viruses are not new to humanity. They've existed on this planet for several generations, right? They've been circulating amongst animals. More recently, there have been coronaviruses affecting humans as well. Now, the different kind of symptoms associated with coronavirus can include mild symptoms, such as the symptoms we experience in the common cold, the upper respiratory symptoms like runny nose, sore throat, things like that. And it can also have more severe symptoms, illnesses that contain more severe symptoms, such as the upper respiratory infections. Right? There have been several examples. Again, as I mentioned, the coronaviruses have been circulating amongst the animal populations, but the COVID-19 is unique because it's considered a novel coronavirus, which means that it is new. It hasn't been, there's no data collected on its existence in the past. But this is a specific virus from that family of viruses, right? So other viruses that we have seen that have affected the human population, these includes the SARS-CoV, which is the severe acute respiratory syndrome, and the MERS-CoV, which is Middle East respiratory syndrome. Right? Both of these have severe symptoms such as upper respiratory infections that are caused by them. But these are different from the COVID-19. Why we need to actually take precaution against the COVID-19? What makes this virus an epidemic? As I mentioned earlier, this is a new kind of virus. It's considered a novel coronavirus, right? The first factor in that is that the humans do not have any immunity built against this kind of virus because it hasn't affected the human population in the past. And that's basically like a newborn child being suddenly affected by the flu. But even a newborn child has some immunity, which is transferred from the parent to the child. But in terms of the COVID-19, there is no immunity. And that's what makes it a little bit dangerous when we encounter it, because our body isn't programmed to fight against it or even recognize it, right? The second reason why it became a pandemic is because it is a new virus. There has been no medical research, no medical evidence, no medical data recorded in order to control or fight or prevent this virus. And what that also means is there's no vaccine, there's no cure, and it's going to take a little bit time for the medical researchers to actually come up with clear evidence as to how we should go about resolving the issue of the coronavirus. Third reason is the way it's transmitted. It can be transmitted through the air. It can be transmitted through the vapors that are spread into the air. For example, if a person sneezes, those particles are spread in the air around them, and anybody that comes into that encounters that comes into contact with that person can potentially be affected. So it's transmitted fairly quickly, and it can affect a large population very fast. which means there might not be enough medical resources or medical professionals even to counter or control that virus. The final and last reason why this did become a pandemic is the kind of symptoms that this virus creates. They directly affect the vital organs within the body, such as lungs. They cause a lower respiratory illness, which means it can affect the lungs, it can affect the air passageway, prevent us from breathing. It can also affect the gastrointestinal system, which means like the stomach, liver, kidneys. These can also be potentially affected by the virus, and the virus creates very severe symptoms. So it's very important that we take all the precautions necessary in order to prevent ourselves from catching this virus. And if we do encounter it, for example, we need to build enough immunity in our body to be able to overcome that challenge of getting through this virus. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you guys will all take the necessary precautions and keep yourselves and your families safe.